Top to morning, laddies. My name is Chad, and welcome to the What If Zuko was as created instead of being born. So, I'm saying like the basically a kind of like a Nomu, but So I'm adding Zumi into this what if, but the Zumi was sorry. Zumi was basically or let's begin. Zumi was born. And of course, Inko actually has a company that she runs. But she always has experiments going. So the scientist decided to try to create a unbeatable monster that can never be beaten. Monster. That. So, but let's start before. So, the soul, in the soul realm, that's before. In this soul realm, where basically there was Zuko and Zumi as souls. So Zumi and Zuko have this deep bond. And that Zumi was chosen to be a heir to the throne thing, or to be next. So then, of course, Zuko was chosen to be the monster. So, yeah. So, and the monster was completed, but it was missing one important thing. You know what that one important thing was? I'll give you one hint. And one hint. It has to do with a human and I'll just tell you. Human soul. It didn't have its own soul, or it didn't have a soul into him. So he could not be controlled. It broke out more times than normal people. Plus, so they put him in a indestructible box that only allows him to move around. Or not moves him around. They chained him up and, yeah. And some of them said that you were unpredictable. Well, as Inko was, or actually one of the scientists says that. So then the soul of Zuko went into his body. Yeah. And yeah. So the one of the monsters, or one of the ghosts, or Grim Reapers, gave him a soul. So then when after the monster, like what you see on the screen, got its soul, he was complete. So basically, the monster's body, or it was in perfection before, but when he got Zuko, the monster's body transformed into a human. Like a it was the same age as the monster. He was 20 slash, or he's 20 foot 4. I was gonna say 6'4". I was gonna add a 20, but then, and so Zuko's body, so the monster's body changed into a more looking like a average human. So, yeah. Of course, the monster, or the, so scientists were like, could not explain it, that the monster took on a more human appearance. As he looks up, as the one of the security guys came in to bring him food, as a monster, or let's say Zuko, whom says, "Do you have a fork?" Or actually, he says it in a deep tone, like a monster voice. Do you have the fork and spoon? So this guy says, "Nope." Actually, I do. Here we go. As the monster grabbed the fork and spoon, and he cuts it and, yeah, eats it like a normal human. And so everyone's like freaking out. Like, basically, a little bit shocked too. About, there's a how did he go from a rampaging monster to kindness? How? let's see how long this video. Okay. So, yeah, couple or time skip too, because it was Zuko was now, or so Zumi and Zuko, or actually the Zuko, or no, Zumi was 15. Zuko was 14. So he ends up being, a typical. Oh, and he goes into. So he remembers what his sister looks like. So basically every time he thinks about her, as the doctors, or not doctors, the scientists were confused of why he has these emotions. All of a sudden, because the monster that they created was he can't be beaten by a normal attacks. The picture like Doomsday thing. Doomsday Zuko. So, yeah. But on a whole nother level. So, now, Zuko, basically Zumi went to UA and did a time skip to, or she actually got one for all, and, yeah. And she already has a quirk before. Yeah, so then a time skip to All Might versus All for One. Of course, Zumi got captured. That made Zuko mad. So then he broke his chains and broke free from the unbreakable prison. As he goes and instead kills the security guards, and he ran right towards where, as All for One was about to shoot his beam off at All Might, because All Might was down on the ground, and yeah. All for One was is saying, it's time for you to, as he gets hit so hard, right in the chest, sending him flying. I mean, as so then he beats around, or Zuko beats around all the villains that were trying to hurt his sister. So Zuko kneels down, sticks his hand out, because Zumi fell. She wasn't falling in love, but then when she recognizes him. It's the monster that her mom worked with. But she could feel that she met him before. As the monster spoke, "Are you okay, little sister?" She remembers Zuko always says that when they were in the spirit realm, like a soul realm. As she says, "Zuko, is that you?" "Yes, sister. I'm always going to be here no matter what." Now, let's get you up. So then he gets Zumia and dusted her, because he was so kindness. "Leave all this to me." Okay? So then, all for one, he did die from Zuko, and he knocks out all the villains. And yeah. So basically, Zuko, well, or when he was gonna walk back, Zumi latched onto his arm. "Please don't go, brother. I want you to go home with me." "Sister, I know that I'm a monster and the so let's say Inko shows up because she watched the news and she was happy that, or actually, let's say she was at her office and at a time and everybody, so all the scientists are like, "Forgive us, we did not know." No need to apologize. I've figured out why the monster went on a rampage before. It had no soul, but something told me that it gained a soul from out of nowhere. But turns out, so yeah. So then I will go to there and invite him to my house. For sure. He's dangerous. He was designed to kill. I know. But something tells me that Zuko, or this monster, was actually... Yeah. So Zuko ends up seeing his... As when Inko arrived before, and you must be Zuko. Yes. And you must be Inko as... Yeah. So then how do you feel to be my son? You kind of know your sister, huh? You know Zumi because you treat her as Your sister. She is my sister. I'm not treating her as a sister. She is my sister. My, when we were in the soul realm. Because in the soul realm that he's talking about is like where all of us were at before we were born in certain worlds and do certain things. Yeah. So we're just like, we were born, or no, actually before, we're just souls, and then it's like a factory. Take a soul, put it in a human body, and put it into a world. Yeah. So basically, yeah. So Zuko ends up, or actually Zumi says, that's true. Yeah. So they both were pretty powerful. So, but everyone is scared of Zuko. They aren't near him. So, the but except for one girl, a certain girl. Okay, sorry. A certain girl. And I always add Ringo. So, yeah. So Ringo ends up, being, or she loves spooky stuff. So she asks him out on a date. As he says, sure. And so, both Zuko and her, Rinko, were dating, and they thought, or everybody thought he was just a monster. But then, when they saw how kindness he is, yeah. He even stopped a natural disasters with his own body. Yeah. So everyone went from being like what Momo is to, well, at least for Zumi's brother, he's not bad. Yeah. So his own sister is happy to see her own brother and hugs him. So it's basically like, imagine your imaginary friend came to life. Came to life. Yeah. Imagine your imaginary friend came to life. Yeah. That's what Zumi, his brother, was before he got a physical form. So, yeah. And plus, he actually dated Rinko, and of course, Rinko, or actually the bunch of kids, or she gave birth to a bunch of kids, and yeah. And they all were infused with their own powers. So, yeah. So, basically, yeah. So, Rinko ends up is happy about that. Now, let's see how far we went. Not that far. So, yeah. So, now, please leave a like, share, subscribe. Peace out, y'all.